Good afternoon, everyone. So during the first lecture, we have seen the projection of the prism where the axis is inclined to HP and the vertical plane simultaneously. Okay. So this is a three-dimensional representation. So we have completed the projection with the help of the CAD software. Okay. So when you observe in the front and top direction, in the second and third stage, then we have to identify which are the visible edges and which are the hidden edges. Okay. So here you can observe in the second stage, so if you observe from the top direction, then this is the visible edge. So this is A. So edge AA, that is a vertical edge, it will be visible from the top view. Okay. Then second vertical edge, that is a BB, it will be also visible. Okay. This complete top base, which is AB, C and D, so this is the top base. It will be completely visible from the top direction. Okay. So in the second stage top view, the only hidden edge that will be edge edge CD, on which the complete prism is resting on the HP. So that is the hidden edge from the top view. Now for the third stage, we will rotate this top view in the second stage such that the edge CD, so this is the base edge, it will be inclined with this vertical plane by 45 degree. Okay. So here you can observe this is a line which is passing through that edge, which is a CD, which is the base edge on which the solid is resting. Okay. This edge, it must be 45 degree with the vertical plane or the XY line. Okay. So we have to just rotate the second stage top view. So this is your first stage, this is the second stage, and this is the third stage. Okay. So just rotate the second stage top view by 45 degree and then draw the projectors in the front view and then complete the front view. Okay. So if you observe for the front view, so this is the observer. Okay. So from this direction, the visible edges will be this top bottom base, it will be completely visible. So this is visible. So all four sides are visible: AB, BC, CD, and AD. Okay. Similarly, these vertical edges, so these three vertical edges will be visible. That is a CC, BB, and this AA. Okay. Only hidden edge from the front direction. So this is the edge. So this point, this is the point D. So DD, this vertical edge, it will be hidden. And the edges of the top base, one is a AD. So this will be hidden and CD will be hidden. Okay, so these three edges will be hidden from the front view. So we have to imagine by observing the second stage front view and second stage top view, which are the visible edges in the final front view. Okay, because in your final exam, 3D image will not be given. Okay, so just position will be specified as a statement. So you will be given a problem statement and only the angles will be specified, and from that we have to visualize what is the three-dimensional representation or three-dimensional position of the given solid. Okay, and then by observing first stage, second stage, that is our front view and top view, we have to observe which is the visible edge from the front view and which is the visible edge from the top view, and then we have to complete the final stage front view and top view. So this is the complete projection. So you can observe here 3D image and the two-dimensional projection. So this is first stage. So in the first stage, top view is true shape, that is a square, where two edges, they are perpendicular. We have to draw this top view when the prism is resting on the edge, and if the condition is given, prism is resting on the corner, then we have to draw this equally inclined. Okay, then complete the front view. So you will start here. So this is your first step. So this is the first step. Then this is your second step. You have to draw the front view. Okay, then in the third step, so this is the third step, we have to just rotate this front view in the clockwise direction by 45°. Okay, so first stage front view, that is a step 2 and step 3, the view is same, just its orientation is different. Okay, so after this is the fourth step. We have to take the projectors and we have to complete the top view. So for this case, this is the observer. From top direction we have to observe and we have to visualize which is the visible edge. Okay, so the edges which are nearer to the observer, they will be visible. Only hidden edge is CD. Okay, so here I have shown this by dotted line. So after fourth step, this is the fifth step. So fifth step, that is a top view, and that is the third stage top view and second stage top view, both are same. Okay, just we have to rotate this such that this HCD, it will be at 45°. Okay, so this is at 45° with respect to XY line. And then we have to draw this top view similar to the second stage top view. So this is the first step in the drawing, fifth step in the drawing, and this is the last step. Okay, so to complete this view, that is a final front view, you have to observe from this direction. So this is the direction of observation. That means you imagine you are standing here and you are observing the prism from this direction and then complete the final stage front view. So for that, you have to take the reference from the second stage top view and second stage front view. Okay, and then observe which are the nearer edges. So AB is nearer to the observer, even CD is nearer to the observer from this direction. So complete bottom base is visible. So you can observe here, this complete base is visible in the front view. This edge is visible, this edge is visible, and even this edge is visible. So only hidden edges you can observe D dash D dash, that is a hidden edge. Then C dash D dash and A dash D dash, that will be hidden. Okay, and then complete the front view. So if you observe this sequence for the drawing, so this is your XY line, and if the solid is resting on the HP, then this is your first step. So we'll draw here top view. Then this is the second step. So this is the front view. In the third step, just rotate this front view. Then fourth step is complete the second stage top view. So you have to take the projectors. In the fifth step, this rotate this second stage top view with the given angle with respect to vertical plane. And this is the sixth step. So just take the projectors and complete this final view. Okay, so this is the first stage, this is your second stage, and this is the third stage. So you can observe here sequence. So it is the S, so this is first, second, this is third, fourth step, fifth, and sixth. So you have to remember this. What is the correct sequence for the drawing? So this sequence is only for when the solid, any solid is resting on the horizontal plane and it is inclined to both the planes, HP and VP. Okay. So now we will see one projection when the solid is resting on the vertical plane. So I hope you have understood this problem. Okay, note down this second problem. So it is again a prism, but here prism is resting on the vertical plane. Okay. So the problem statement is a square prism, its base is 30 mm and the axis is 60 mm long, has its base corner in the VP. That means the prism is resting on its base corner on the VP with its axis inclined at 45 degree to the VP. So this is the inclination with the vertical plane, and the axis is inclined at 30 degree with the horizontal beam. So here you can observe the difference between the last problem and this problem is, for axis both the inclinations are given. Okay, that means axis is inclined with the VP by 45 degree and the axis is inclined at 30 degree with the horizontal plane. But in case of previous problem, the one inclination that was given, it was for axis, and second inclination with the vertical plane, it was for the base edge. So you can observe here, this is the first problem. Here, square prism, base 30 mm, axis 60 mm, has its edge in the HP with its axis inclined at 45 degree to the HP. So here 45 degree, it is the axis inclination with the HP. And the edge which is in the HP is inclined at 45 degree with the vertical plane. That means one inclination it was given for the axis and second inclination it was given for this base edge, that is a CD. Okay. But in this problem, both the inclination they are specified only for the axis. And the prism is resting on the vertical plane on its base corner. Okay. So let us see its representation or the position in a 3 dimension, and then we will draw this on a drawing paper. Okay, so to draw this projection, the first step is we have to draw the front view. Okay, so assume that the given prism is completely resting on the vertical plane, okay, where its axis is perpendicular to the vertical plane. So this is your first step. So this is the XY line. This is vertical plane. And this is the horizontal plane. Then this is the first step. Now in the first step, as the complete prism is resting on the vertical plane, okay, and axis perpendicular to the vertical plane. So in the front view, you can observe the true shape of that base. Okay, so we have to draw the square like this, which is called as equally inclined condition, because here the prism is resting on the corner of the base, and therefore make the front view, that is the square, equally inclined. So we have to draw this at 45 degree. Then take the projector in the top view, and then you can complete the top view. So here top view, it will be a rectangle. So this is your second step. This is the first stage. Okay. After second step, just rotate this top view from the first step or the first stage in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction with the given angle of the axis. So you can observe here axis is inclined at 45 degree with the vertical plane. So inclination with the vertical plane, axis inclination, it is visible in the top view. Okay. And inclination with the horizontal plane, it is visible in the front view. And therefore we will rotate this top view. So draw one line at 45 degree. So this is just a reference line. So this will represent the axis, or you can draw the line like this. This is also at 45 degree. On this line, you have to mark this base. So suppose this is A and C. So this is A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. So this is A and C. So this is A and C. So it is resting on C corner. So this is point A. And then complete the rectangle as it is. So it is similar to the first rectangle. So this view and this view will be same. Now take the projection in the front view. And find out the intersection points. Okay. And then complete the second stage front view. So this is your second stage. In the third stage, you have to rotate this front view with the given inclination, that is a 30 degree. Okay. So this is the fourth step. This is the fifth step. So fifth step front view and the fourth step front view, both will be same. Okay. And this is the sixth step. So you can observe here the sequence. So this is first, second step. This is your third step. This is the fourth step, fifth and sixth. Okay. So this is the sequence. It is exactly opposite to the solid when it is resting on the HP. This is first, second. This is third, fourth. This is fifth and sixth. So you should remember this sequence when the solid is resting on the vertical plane. Okay. So this is for the vertical plane. That means solid rest on VP. And if the solid rests on the HP, then this is the sequence for the drawing. This is your first step. This is the second step. This is third step, fourth step. This is the fifth step, and this is the sixth step. Okay. So these two drawings, they are exactly the mirror image. So now we will see the position in a 3 dimension. Then you can understand which are the visible edges and which are the hidden edges. So as in the problem, it is given that the prism is resting on the vertical plane on one of its base corner. So in the first step, that is the first stage, you should draw the front view. Okay. So front view, it will give the true shape of the base. So you can observe here, this is the rectangle, sorry, square, which is equally inclined. So from this front view, take the projection in the top view. So you should project these corners. So suppose this is A, B, C, and D. Okay. So project these points in the top view and then complete the top view. So when you draw this front view, we imagine that the axis of that prism is perpendicular to the vertical plane and it is parallel to the horizontal plane. Okay. In that condition only we can observe the true shape in the front view. Now observe from the top direction. So from the top direction, you can observe the rectangle. So here the height is equal to the axis height, that is axis length, that is given as a 60 mm. Okay. And then you can complete this front top view. Okay. So this is your second step in the first stage. Now in the third stage, that is the second stage. So this is the third step. You should just rotate the first stage top view in the anti-clockwise direction by the given angle 45 degree. So you can observe here this line, it is at 45 degree, or this edge base, it is at 45 degree. Okay. So complete the top view as it is, which is similar to the first stage. Okay. So this top view and this top view both are same. Only here angle of the axis, it is a 45 degree. Okay. Now observe from this direction. So this is the observer. So from front view, this is the projection. Okay. So you can observe if I rotate how the front view will change. So this is the same front view, similar to the first stage. Okay. After rotation, that is rotating the axis at 45 degree, you can observe the change. So this is how the front view is changing. And three of its edges will be hidden in the front view. Okay. So let us see which are the hidden edges. So you can observe here, there are three hidden edges. One is the vertical edge. So if this is a C point, then this is the CC hidden edge. This will be AC and this is the DC. Okay. So AC and DC, they are the edges of the base, bottom base. And here CC is the vertical edge. So that is the hidden edge. Okay. So this is the second stage front view. So once we complete the second stage front view, you should rotate the second stage front view with the given inclination of the axis with respect to the horizontal plane. So now refer the inclination of that axis with respect to horizontal plane. So that inclination is given as a 30 degree. Okay. So here you should use the concept from the projection of line. Okay. When both the inclinations, they are given for the same line, that is the same axis line, then in the third stage, we have to find out the apparent angle that will be visible in the front view, because that 30 degree inclination, that is called as a true inclination with the HP, it is not visible in the front view. Okay. So apparent inclination is visible, and by using the concepts of line, projection of line, we have to find out the actual inclination, which is called as the apparent inclination, visible in the front view. Okay. So let us see the difference between the true inclination and the apparent inclination. So here, if I rotate the front view like this, so here we can make this axis incline with the XY line, or we can make it incline with the horizontal plane. Okay. But if you observe in the front view, then this axis inclination, which is observed in the front view with respect to this XY line, this cannot be 30 degree. Okay. So 30-degree inclination, it is observed when you observe the plane which is passing through that line exactly perpendicular direction. So that is called as a true inclination. So this inclination, it will be an apparent inclination, and it is greater than the 30 degree. So let us try to observe the true inclination. So you can observe here the inclination which is shown here, it is a 30 degree. Okay. But this 30 degree, it is not visible in the front view. So from which direction this 30 degree is visible with respect to the horizontal plane? So you can observe here, there is one imaginary plane. So this plane is exactly passing through this axis line. Okay. And this plane is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So when you observe exactly in the perpendicular direction to this plane, then we can observe the true inclination 30 degree with respect to the horizontal plane. Okay. So this is the direction for observation. If you want to observe the true inclination with the HP, so this is the proper direction to observe the true inclination. So if you observe exactly perpendicular direction to this plane, which is passing through that line and perpendicular to the HP. So this plane is perpendicular to the HP. And in this plane, this angle is 30 degree. So this is the true angle. Okay. And if you observe from the front direction, then this 30 degree is not visible. So what is the exact angle which is observed in the front view? So you can observe. So you can observe the difference between the true angle and the apparent angle, which is seen in the front view. So this is the actual front view of the line, that is the axis. Okay. And this is the XY line. So let us check what is the angle. So you can see the difference. So here actual angle, it is near about 45 degree. Okay. So this is the difference between the apparent angle that is seen or observed in the front view, that is actual front view, and the true angle. So in the problem, the angle given with respect to HP, it is the true angle. So true angle is visible from the direction which is perpendicular to the imaginary plane, which is passing through the line or through the axis. Okay. So you can see the difference between these two angles. So this angle 30 degree, it is in different plane, and this 45 degree, it is in the different plane. Okay. So the apparent angle is always greater than the true angle. So how to find out this apparent angle and how to rotate this front view so that we will get the exact angle in the third stage front view. So let us see how to find out that angle in the third stage. So suppose this is the second stage front view. Okay, we have to rotate this second stage front view. So first, draw one line at the true angle. Okay, so take this angle 30 degree. Okay, so on this line, just fix one point and take the true length of the axis. Okay, so how you will get the true length? So for that, you have to observe the first stage front view. Sorry, observe the first stage top view. In this top view, this is the true length of the axis. So this true length is equal to 60 mm. So in your compass, take the 60 mm and draw this arc. Okay. So this point, it will represent the true length, and this is corresponding to the locus